Well, good morning. On today's adventure, we're going to continue working on the camper for my Tundra. As you see here, I'm painting it. I'm using a Bear Pro E600 exterior finish with it's a satin finish. I'll put a picture up here somewhere. I let the poor man's fiberglass cure for over 24 hours. That's what they say to do. And once that's done, then you can paint it. They recommend an exterior paint, lasts a little bit longer. And let me tell you, this is really nice to paint. It went on really well. I find that if you use those rollers with about 3/8 inch nap is what they call it, it really spreads the paint evenly and nice. That's what I'm using here, and it is just really enjoyable. Well, that's one coat of paint down, and I did a little artsy thing here. I did a little pine tree. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of cool. But we're looking good. This PMF is a joy to paint. I really like the texture. These are my joints. I overlapped one joint this way on the back wall, and then the side wall I double overlapped it, so you can see my joint right here. Not too bad. Some loose fibers, you know, just coming out with the glue there. Not a big deal. It's only got one coat on it. I'm about to do a second coat here in a minute. I'll probably do a total of 3 coats. So I'm really enjoying my comment section. You guys are awesome. Had one subscriber say, hey, you want to rethink the porthole window here in case you want to run air conditioning. And then my wife came and told me, it's like, hey, there's too many windows on the back. You should just have a porthole window on the door. So I'm gonna forego the porthole window on the wall here, just keep one in the door. And so I'll have a window on all 4 sides of the camper. So if it's hot, it'll be able to vent really nice. The names that you guys have thrown out there for this thing are amazing. Like the Bearded Bodega, that's a good one. The Tajma Tundra. There's several. I'll list out a few of my favorites and tell you which one I'm going to go with. My grandson wanted me to call this the BAC, the Bearded Adventure Camper. Anyway, we're going to throw a couple more coats on this, and then I'm going to cut the windows out. I'll install the front porthole window, which is a little different one that I haven't shown you yet. And I'm going to try to get this sucker on my truck. And once it goes on my truck, then I'm going to get after it. And then it'll be usable. All I have to do today is build the door. I'll show you what I got going on with that. This is the piece of plywood that I was trying to use, and it's got this U in it. I tried my best to straighten that sucker out. Then the end, it just started to fall apart. And so I put it on this is my door. I liquid nailed it and all that, and I just was not satisfied with how it looked. So I'm like, I'm gonna redo the door then from scratch. And then last night, about 10:30 at night, I made the decision to try to take this door apart, and I did. I just had to replace that bottom little 2x3 right there. And I'm going to go to the store and get a good piece of wood and put this back together, and hopefully get this PMF'd and painted and on. All right, now I just made this backing piece for my window for the very front of my cab. And I don't want to screw it in or nail it because it'd be really short screws and whatnot, so I just slathered it with glue. And I made these little wedges out of some scraps. And I just put 2 scrap boards up here so I can apply pressure to glue this to the plywood. So it's going to work like this. I've already marked my center lines, I've marked my level lines, and there they are. So we're just going to take these and apply some pressure. There we go. Slide these in there. Perfect. And then this will just go right like this. Just wedge it in there, and that's going to create some awesome pressure. That's not going anywhere. Let that sit for a day. The first window has been installed. This is a porthole window. It's just not circular, it's rectangular, as you can see. It opens up just like those other porthole windows. It flips up. I thought this was cool because aesthetically it would look really nice right there. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Here's the porthole rectangular window on the inside. Man, I really like the way that looks. So all I gotta do is you just unscrew it and pop that down. And the airflow already coming through this right now is great. Granted, you know, I'm outside, but you can actually notice a difference. That's pretty cool. I was able to get my buddy Paul to come over and help me put this camper on my truck. He's seriously one of the strongest dudes I know, and it went very well, as you can see. Well, my good friend Paul and I just threw this camper on my truck, and I cannot be happier. I'm gonna crawl in it now. No truck bed yoga. Oh, so much room for activities. Oh man, I can sit up straight. I have headroom. Now, granted, I want to put a mattress on here, but it's only 6 inches. Oh, heck yeah, amazing. All right, we started working on a door here, so I've removed this horrible piece of plywood. I have replaced it with a piece of 1/4-inch birch, which was actually cheaper than the plywood. And I have poor man fiberglass it last night. Sorry I didn't record that. So let me show you what I did here. The piece I fastened to the door is bigger than the door itself. So it has a little overhang about 1 inch or 2, a couple inches. And what I found is I'm going to flush cut with my router bit, my little laminate trimmer. And when you get this all done, this is a piece I've cut out of my window here. And you can see that when you do the poor man's fiberglass, it routers really nice and clean right there. And so what I found is if you want to go right to the edge here, it's a little tricky like I've done here. I went kind of over a little bit, but I'll trim that off with a razor blade, and then I'll router the rest of that, and it should be nice and clean like this for the most part, and it'll look perfect. We've done some other stuff. We'll check that out. So now that I have this mounted, I've been putting it all back together. So I have my carpet in there. Because I took the bed liner out, that opened this up like a couple inches. So I have new carpet coming, so it'll fit better. There's the bed in there. I have my acrylic windows with the screens in. So that's a blackout screen. And then if I raise that up, I can lift up a regular screen you can see through. But it's really, really nice. Here are the acrylic windows. They turned out really nice. Sits on my truck, looks pretty good. Look at the other side here. Yeah, buddy. Looks like a camper now. And I got my roof vent up there. Now today we're going to do some insulation. I gotta tell you, this doesn't suck. This is a completely different, way better than I expected situation. I can just lie down in here and take a break. And I got all this room. So let me show you what I've been doing all day. It's been a lazy day. We've been doing insulation. It's got this 1.5 inch styrofoam. The stickers on it says it provides there's an R 5.9. So all of this is one 8-foot by 4-foot sheet of styrofoam, and I still have to do all of this. But let me tell you, this is comfortable with these windows open and this porthole in the front. The air that circulates through is amazing. It was a little brisk this morning, but now it's hot, and I'm cozy. This is exceeding my expectations dramatically. So these windows are pretty cool. So they open up. You can hear it click. Hang on. There we go. It'll stay. Then you can like reach around out here. So you got a screen there. So you still get the airflow, and then those are blackout. You don't want any of that. Just put it up. Those are awesome. So the other stuff that we've done is we put brand new weather stripping down right here. And I did it upside down because it wasn't really going to stick to what I had going on under here. It's going to work out just fine. And then we put a strip down here. Fortunately, it's flat. Some trucks have the undulations going on. Then I'm going to just caulk this little gap here. And then we have the weather strip here and along the front. So, coming right together. Alright, it's time to make a door. So, I PMF'd the door the other day. I let it sit 24 hours and I painted it last night, put 3 coats on it. Now on this particular round, I ironed the canvas, and if you noticed, it's all smooth. I did not iron the canvas for the shell, and there's a crease or two that you can kind of see. So now we're just going to router trim this and try to get this on today. All right, that turned out beautiful. Now here's what I'm talking about. So I went big because when you go to cut this off, it's nice and clean. So that's good and clean. There we go. Well, I woke up this morning, I started working on my door. I started filming it, and then I just zoned out on it. And then I finished it. And I didn't film it at all. Anyway, here it is. Turned out pretty nice. Got the porthole window in there, all my supports, my fancy doorknob here. Look at this. Doors in my house that don't work that good. What I have left to do is a little trim around the door, because it's like just a gray Nirvana. Anyway, that's what we got going on. So now the camper is operational. Still haven't figured out what I want to name it, but I can now go out and it's good. All I gotta do is the interior work. I'm almost done with the insulation. It looks really good. I did screw up one piece. You'll see it right away. It actually makes a huge difference. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you like this stuff, why don't you hit that subscribe button, like it, share it with some friends, do all that stuff. I want to thank Dave from In-Game Campers. He is really, he's helped me out. He's actually the motivation for me to do this. He built that one for my buddy Paul, and he's just an awesome dude, and he's got some great sound advice, and we've just been kind of brainstorming and coming up with some really cool stuff. So check him out, Dave at In-Game Campers. He builds amazing things. So that'll do it for now. Until then, thanks for watching Bearded Adventure.